point win, mate. Is that, I know the win against Carlton 2 weeks ago was really impressive, but is that the best four-quarter performance you put together this year?
Yeah, it would be. I think we got back to what we stand for today. I think we know, what it is we value, and I felt we sat together post-game and that looked more like us, for 4 quarters. We got back to that pressure, that getting at the opposition, our contest, and so that was really pleasing to watch. More of our DNA, more of the way we play footy.
Does that feel like a win you can build your season on now?
Challenge now is for us to now do it again and stay in that space. Even the start of the game, I loved our focus on team. I thought it was led by Taylor ahead of the ball. I thought he was outstanding, and it was a focus coming in. It was something that we've always done when we play our best footy. But he led from the front today. I think he kicked a couple in the end. I don't know how many he gave off, but it was it was a sign of his leadership. And Jordan, similar. I thought he had a really strong game, where he did it by example, but there were a number of times where he just, he led his teammates through that sort of team mindset first.
Was that a plan for Tex to give so many things off today, or did that just how it sort of unfolded?
It wasn't a plan for Tex to do it necessarily, but it's something that we've prided ourselves on for years. It was putting the team first. There were times today where maybe I look at it as a coach and go, well, I reckon you kick that normally, but I'll take that way any day, the way he played today. I thought it's setting a great example for where we want to get to as a footy club. Doing that week in, week out. There's no doubt our game came off the back of it today.
Your ability to pressure North into the turnover game and then score off that, I thought that was one of the keys to the win too. Yeah,
it was when it started in contest, so I thought we were really strong in the contest today as well, and that gave us a chance to get out the opposition and press forward half. In the end, I don't know what the stat was, but we seemed to play a lot of forward to centre footy, and we were then able to come forward and bring heat and bring pressure. So pleasing to play the game in that style. And sometimes, some of our best offence comes off of that pressure. And I thought we, especially in the first half, coming in at half time, I thought it was a real complete performance. I thought the second half they had their moments, and we knew they had that in them, and so we were challenged. But the third quarter was a slightly different style of footy. Again, pleased with the way our guys went about it.
Mentioned Jordan there, thought Rory Laird and also Jake Saligo were terrific in there. I guess just on Jake, a guy that's still trying to make his name in this competition, but his last 2 weeks and clearly his start to 2024 has been absolutely superb.
Yeah, really pleasing, and he deserves that because he's a hard worker, and like our whole group, he's one that's, he's been there right throughout the year. It hasn't just been the last couple of weeks, but maybe as the team, as we start to bring our game together, it stands out even more in wins where people are talking about Jake's game. But he was really strong. We got Matty Crouch back again today, so another really experienced body around the footy. And you mentioned Laird. I thought Lairdy's game was back where, we probably have gotten used to it being. I thought he hunted today as well as he has, and that's big for our group.
Is that just the case of him having to work into the season, Rory, or where have you seen his first month of the season?
No. He's been solid. He just probably hasn't been at that level that we expect of him, which is a super high level. He's been so consistent. He's won best and fairest at our clubs for a reason. But I thought today he just, and it may be off the back of where our mindset was as a group. We did a fair bit of work this week after a disappointing performance to get back to what we know works. And so I was really pleased, and Rory's a beneficiary of that. His mindset was spot on, as were another 22 guys who played for us. And so the result looks after itself.
Josh Worrell's ability to be in defence and intercept and contest and just be in everything, I thought was again terrific today.
Yeah, again, nice to see a guy, an individual being rewarded, because his game requires us all being on the same page and a cohesion. And today we saw it, and so we're able to reward, or he rewards us with his performance. But ultimately, we're putting him in those positions. So really pleasing for Josh.
Luke Pedlar's injury looked like shoulder dislocation.
Yeah, dislocation. So I don't know where that finishes, but disappointing for Peds.
I thought today too, I mentioned the turnover game and the intercept, but I thought you were as good without the footy as you were with. Is that a fair assessment?
Well, I'm glad you thought that, because that's been our work on. What are we doing without the ball? And it often puts us in a position to play a lot more entertaining football when we do have the footy. So sometimes we're criticised for the execution with our skills and what we're doing. You'll often find that's in the back half of the ground, which most teams have trouble with. Today we played a lot more front of centre footy, so we were able to maybe take the odd riskier option, challenge the opposition a little more, and guys were able to use their weapons in the front of the ground. So it all comes back to our mindset, to what sort of footy we want to play, and then off the back of our contest.
Set you up for a really big week heading into the showdown next week. Always, I'm no doubt guessing a fun week in Adelaide ahead of a showdown.
Fun's probably not the word for it, but we've celebrated the game today already, and we've moved on already. So we'll have 23 guys on a bus who are now focused on what we're going to do this week, because showdown's Thursday night, so we're ready for that.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, mate.
Thanks,
Congrats.
guys.